I understand there's different types of black people in South Africa. And what I mean is, we can start by the tribes. There's different tribes, of course. There's different cultures. And within those cultures, there's different traditions based on different families and surnames. So I understand there's different types of black people. And economically, I understand financially there's different types of black people. There's black people who are poor, there's black people who are middle class, there's black people who are richer. I understand that. And I understand that it's different experiences experienced by different black people depending on what type of black person you are. If you're a poor black person, we're not gonna experience life like a middle class or a richer black person. And if you are a middle class black person, there's certain things you understand and there's certain systems you understand that a poor or a richer black person wouldn't understand. Like most of my friends who are middle class, they're working in corporate, they understand that there's a level of racism that comes from their white bosses. They always complain to me. They always complain when you're sitting in the circuit. Ay, lama poza la basjoela yazin. Ay labelungu lava basjoela. So there's a certain racism they experience. There's a certain way of being made like bayakuncengisa labelungu la espanini. Middle class black people will feel. And there's richer black people who don't take shit from anyone. They have their businesses, they have their fair shares, they have their money, they have their things in order, and they give back to the community. So those ones experience life differently than a middle class or a poor black person. So a poor black person is so marginalized economically, financially, even their opinions don't even matter because they are poor. So for you to be a middle class, someone who earns an income every month, or a richer black person, someone who can make money every day, every week, or every month, to come out in the public and be bold by your statement of saying poor people, the government should stop giving poor people grants, the government should stop fighting for poor people, the government should stop giving poor people free food and free education. For you to come up and say that as someone who's privileged financially is reckless. Is reckless and is not being sensitive to people who are in need, people who are truly in need, people who are not as fortunate as you. Because it's understandable, yeah, you're fortunate, you have connections, you are in positions of power wherever you work, or maybe you are rich, you have businesses. You know, it's understandable, and I relate to that because I'm unemployed. I don't work for anyone. I don't want to take shit from any boss, whether black or white. I don't want to be told what to do. So I understand that mindset. But it would be so stupid for me to come up and be like, since me I can make my own money, since me I can hustle, since me I can do all those things without worrying about being poor. Poor people should stop fighting for grants. Poor people should stop being given grants by the government. They should go out there and work for themselves. It will be so insensitive. And I admit, I used to be one of those people. And in a way, I still am. But now, I'm still am one of those people in an understandable way, and I'll explain it. I'm one of those people who will advise you, okay, you're poor, it's fine. The government is giving you free grants, it's fine. Maximize on those grants. Whatever you get from those grants, multiply it, triple it, you know. Go out there and work for yourself. Go out there and hustle. I will inspire people to do that. But I wouldn't inspire people or the government to stop giving people free grants or incentives or food or free education. I wouldn't do that, you know. Because I know one day, some of my family members or one of my children would be so disadvantaged to the point whereby the only way to get education is if you get free education from the government. So I can't now try and be like, the government must stop giving free health, the government must stop giving free education, the government must stop giving grants. Nah, that's so insensitive, and sounds so insensitive mostly when it comes to people who are privileged financially, people who are getting incomes every month. Just because you are getting income every month, or maybe you are rich, you are making like big money in your businesses every month, every day, doesn't mean everyone is like you. Other people are poor. Other people come from poor backgrounds. Other people need the government handouts to help them. Other people need someone else to come and help them and give them something, food, money, or motivation, for them to feel empowered to go for another day, for them to not go out there and try and commit crime, for them to not go out there and try and cause pain by ukubamba inkunzi and creating crime and stealing from other people. Because that's where it starts. Crime, all these things, it starts from poverty. So the government coming in and trying to help with the little that the government has, it's like minimizing a lot of social issues. So yeah, I hope the message is understood, what I'm trying to say. Yeah, thank you very much. Continue supporting the great leaders, revolutionary leaders. Continue supporting us out here. We see the support. Thank you very much for the support. We see the criticism. Thank you for criticizing and watching. It's part of the growth, I get to see what people think about me. I get to reflect and be like, oh, maybe let me present myself in a more like easily receivable way, or maybe in a more way to even attract even people who hate me to continue watching me. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah, thank you very much. God bless you. Have a